What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about basic training, some of the things that we learned and some of our experiences, maybe some things that we wish we knew before going into basic training. Start off, Turk.
Okay, so we went to basic training at Fort Leonard, Missouri. Started April 16th and we graduated June 28th. So we were there. When we got there, it was kind of cold. In the morning, it's cold in Missouri in April, but after maybe the second week, it starts to be warm. But then when it gets hot, it gets pretty fucking hot. Like it'll be like probably in the 90s.
Yeah.
And like humid as shit, and there's a lot of like fucking like spiders and shit. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about sort of the phases of boot camp. I'm sure y'all have done like research on it already before clicking on this. But basic training is divided up into three phases: red, white, and blue. Red phase, they sort of have like total control. It's kind of like really like the first week is really bad at red phase, and then
Red phase.
like they're tight on you the whole time for red
Yeah,
phase. But
really the first like 3 days are probably the worst.
Yeah, I mean, you get off the bus. They're pretty much. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen videos on the bag drills or the bag stuff that they make you do.
Yeah, so like you get off the bus and basically what we did was, I think we had a big bag on our back and then a bag on our front, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let you look up. They just said keep your face in the bag the whole time.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I personally didn't think that was too hard. There was.
I mean, it's not hard. I think it's just meant to scare you.
Yeah, but there were some people that were crying. They were legit crying, and I mean, yeah.
I wasn't crying, but I was definitely like a little like scared, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something different. It kind of gets you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, especially because right when you get off the bus, it's like you're in like a new area, like you've never seen it before, like.
Yeah.
And like our company building was like, there's like a bunch of like sand and rocks and shit out front.
Yeah, it's like you get off the bus and they're just like screaming like, "Go here, go
they're like
here."
at the top of the hill. It's like a hill goes down and like it's all rocky and shit down there, and then they're at the top of the hill with like, I think they might have had a megaphone. I don't remember, but
they had a megaphone.
Yeah, and they're just yelling.
But anyways, we did that, and then we went upstairs, got smoked for another hour, 2 hours. So overall, it was a total of 3 hours of getting smoked the first.
Yeah.
I mean, you go upstairs, you drop out your bags.
Pretty important tip is like, well, I think is like on the first day when you're dumping out all your shit, they'll have you dump all your shit and everything basically on the floor, and they tell you to put half your stuff you're not going to need in your personal bag, and then take everything else and like keep it in your main duffel bag. But a mistake a lot of people made was like putting stuff that they're going to need in their personal bag.
I made one of the biggest mess ups the first day. I actually put my laundry bag in my bag that I was supposed to put stuff I wasn't supposed to keep, and we got smoked for that for a little bit, or for a while.
Make sure you have like your wallet. You want to have your wallet in your form of payment, like, because I mean, eventually you're gonna buy like they'll sell you pictures, and you're gonna need to get your like debit card or cash or whatever to buy that, and if you don't have it, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get it.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, we're getting smoked pretty hard, honestly, for the first 3 days. It's sort of a wake-up call.
I think, like,
if you just go into it without thinking you're better than anybody else or with an attitude, you should be fine. Just do what the drill sergeants tell you. Listen closely. Don't make a name for yourself the first few days. If you can not make a name for yourself or stay kind of low key.
You think we should talk about like what smoking? I didn't really even know what smoking meant until I got to basic training. But like basically all it is like you're just in. They call it the front leaning rest, which is like you're in the push up position, and you just basically keep your arms straight and.
There's two positions.
When you're in the front, go down and up and do push-ups.
You can either sag in the middle once you get tired, or they let us. You can either sag in the middle or arch your back, But what makes the push-ups and getting smoked is they'll make you be in that position for 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. That's what makes the push-ups
key is
hard.
you gotta like put your knees down when they're not looking, pretty much.
I mean, that's what
if you need a rest, that's what everyone does. Is just like when the drill sergeant's not looking, you just basically you rest while you can, because I mean, like even for me, I came in pretty good shape. I had a hard time holding myself up, so I know people that didn't really work out coming into it probably like were fucking dying if they actually tried to hold that up.
Don't come to basic thinking that basic is going to get you in shape. Like, do some type of working out before you get there, or else it'll be rough. I mean, some of the workouts
You kind of get in shape if you're really out of shape. You'll get in shape. Like if you're fat as fuck, you'll probably lose weight.
Yeah.
And if you're skinny, you'll probably gain some weight. But honestly,
yeah.
I ended up gaining a little bit of weight.
Like me, I came in there with a little more like muscle mass, and I think I lost 24 pounds in 10 weeks.
I gained like 5 pounds.
So it all depends. The food there isn't terrible. The one thing that I did hate is we had what they call field feed. We would have to eat on the floor, kind of crisscross applesauce, and eat on the floor. Yeah.
Eating field feed is basically like when they don't want to march you down to the dining facility.
The cafeteria.
They just bring food, and it's usually shitty. It's like an apple, milk, some kind of garbage ass meat.
And the thing I hate about that is because when you go to the DFAC or the cafeteria, you have options. Whatever we're doing for field feed, you eat that, and a lot of times you don't want to eat it, but you're hungry, so you just eat it. So.
Yeah. Some of the worst parts is like, I think when you're like really hot and sweaty, and you're in like a full OCP, and you're just fucking, and then you eat lunch and you got to sit on the concrete outside, and it's like 95 degrees and you're sweating.
Yeah.
And your food just tastes like crap.
So, but anyways, let's talk about some of the phases. What does a typical day kind of look like in red phase?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Red phase.
Try to make this more conversation-like, but
I don't know.
like we wake up, we do morning PT at around what 0400, 0500.
I think in red phase, we were waking up a little early back then. I think we were waking up at like 4, maybe 4:30.
Yeah, a lot of red phase is it's meant to make you fail, and I didn't kind of realize that going in. But like they give you impossible.
Oh, bro! I think the best tip,
impossible time hacks.
Possibly the best tip, dude, is like when they say wake up at 4:30. Wake up at 4:30. You gotta wake up at 4. Everyone needs to wake up at 4. Like
if you're in some type of a squad leader position or any like leadership position, get your people to wake up about 30 minutes early.
Because you gotta shave and brush your teeth and make your bed, which is a pain in the ass. Making your bed, and you gotta do hospital folds.
I didn't know what a hospital corner was, honestly, before.
I still don't even know how to do it, honestly. Like they check it for like red phase, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean our company.
After a while, they kind of stopped checking, but in red phase, you better learn how
our
to do it.
platoon actually only did one bunk inspection the whole cycle out of 10 weeks, and that was like week 6 or week 7.
Yeah, it might have been like week 8. It felt like it was towards the very
yeah,
end.
it might have been week 8, but your platoon might be different, but
yeah.
So yeah, after red phase, they really aren't waking you up, smoking you that early. It kind of cools off week 3 or so.
What kind of stuff did we do in red phase? Like we did I think we did the confidence tower.
Confidence tower.
We rappelled backwards. That was kind of scary for me.
Was land nav week? No, that was white phase.
Might have been white phase.
Yeah. You do your first APFT red phase, confidence tower.
A lot of like classroom crap, like the sharp stuff and like.
Yeah, a lot of classroom.
Classroom stuff is like it's kind of good and bad. It's good in the sense that you get out of the, like if it's hot, you get inside in the air conditioning for a little bit, but like when it's like when you're tired and you sit in the classroom on the floor, crisscross applesauce is like it's so hard to stay awake. Like,
one thing I noticed that basic training, my knees started to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, because
yeah, you usually wake up pretty sore, like probably from lack of sleep and also from either standing all day in position of attention or like sitting crisscross applesauce. Like you rarely get to sit in like a chair. It's
Yeah.
like, it's pretty rare.
But anyways, we're at 9:30 on this video. Want to wrap this up real quick?
mean-
what would you say is probably the hardest thing in basic training, just in general?
I don't know. What do you think? I'd have to think about it.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily like the hardest, because there's not just one thing that was kind of hard. The whole I didn't think basic overall was hard. It's more of a mental.
I mean, if you're
like
okay
the
with getting
derivation.
yelled at, like you'll be fine. Like,
yeah.
it's not bad if you just kind of deal with getting yelled at. It doesn't bother me really. I think the hardest thing was just like probably for me maybe like you don't get a lot of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, and then pulling fire guard is kind of a pain in the ass where you gotta wake up in the middle of the night for like an hour.
I thought having
just
to
stand there.
honestly, I thought having to carry around the M4 like everywhere that you went.
Yeah, I agree.
That was just annoying, because it was funny, because when we were getting it, we were all so excited. But all
Yeah,
right.
it's cool you get a gun but then you gotta fucking carry it everywhere, clean it. So
Cleaning was actually somewhat relaxing, I think. But all right, guys, I think we're finished.